would like to congratulate a band called Soundgarden. Their inductions were wonderful. That's an important thing. I want to tell you about how I met Chris Cornell, all right? So Rage Against the Machine broke up in 2000, and Tim and Brad and I knew we wanted to play together, and we knew we wanted Rick Rubin to make our next record. So we spent a lot of time at Rick's house listening to CDs and watching videos, but the record we kept coming back to was Soundgarden's Bad Motor Finger. Great record, great singing, great songwriting, great lyrics, but there was something in Chris's voice and the lyrics that felt kind of eerie to me, kind of spooky to me, right? So I wondered what that dude was going to be like in person. So anyway, Rick and I go up to his house in Ojai, and we're driving in my 1985 Chevrolet Astro van. Now, Rick Rubin only drives around in a Rolls Royce that's inside another Rolls Royce. So he's very serious about this project. So anyway, so we're driving up to Ojai and like going through sort of the creepy woodland hills, and of course Chris lives in the last spooky Spanish mansion at the top of the last spooky hill in Ojai there, the darkening skies, it's dusk. We pull into the driveway, there's like a bunch of motorcycles around, and there's Chris's house, and they gilded doors, and I swear to you, Addams Family style, the doors open like with nobody opening them, and out walks Chris Cornell. 6'2", lanky of frame and dark of countenance. And he comes loping down the stairs, one step at a time, step at a time, step at a time. Rick turns to me and says, "Let's get the fuck out of here. Our souls are imperiled." But fortunately, we did stick around, and it was such a blessing and an honor to make those 3 Audio Slave records with Chris. And obviously, Chris had one of the most beautiful and ferocious voices in the history of rock music. And what a pleasure it was to stand beside him on stage and in the studio for all those years to watch that humble friend and rock god at work. And while Chris wrestled with demons throughout his adult life, he managed to harness those demons and ride them like a motherfucking lightning-infused Marshall Strap chariot of mythical power to create some of the greatest rock and roll of all time. And from the first time I heard Loud Love, I never stopped being a fan of him and his great music. And while we're saddened he's gone, the memory of his unbridled rock power, his outrageously perfect hair, and most of all, his music is with us forever and will never, ever be outshined. Early on, in a very dark period, Chris went missing for a while. No one had heard from him for a couple of months. It was really distressing. We were super worried about him. We had no idea where he was, what he was doing, and we were deeply, deeply concerned. One night, late at night, I received a text from him, and it said, first time anyone had heard from him in months, and it said, "If you swallow the coin from the wishing well, your dreams will come true in heaven or hell." And the next day, I wrote this song for him. It's called The Garden of Gethsemane. That's the place where Jesus had his moment of doubt. I got a little bit of quiet for this one, and it's all heavy metal bangers the rest of the way. So just give me this one. And we're gonna do the buddy system. If your buddy is like chirping during this one, or checking their fantasy football scores or something like that, turn to them and very, very quietly say, "Shut the fuck up." This is for Chris. The side of the dirt road, an old Chevy wreck. I climbed through the window, I sat in the back. I gathered my thoughts with my head in my hand. My next of kin, my list of demands. I slipped from shadow to shadow. I saw things I should not see. The moon rose high over the God of Gethsemane. I know who I'm for and who I'm against. I pulled the shades tight, I built me a fence, I dug a tunnel deep and wide. I sit at the bottom and wait for the night. I slipped from shadow to shadow. I saw things I should not see. The moon rose high over the Garden of Gethsemane. Morning has come. Clean clothes on the line. There'll be no tomorrow. I rise and I shine. If you swallow the coin from the wishing well, your dreams come true in heaven or hell. I slipped from shadow to shadow. I saw things I should not see. The moon rose high over the Garden of Gethsemane. Take my hand, down we go. Take my hand, love, down we go. Take my hand, down we go. Take my hand, love,